Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to the chat. Welcome back to Cryptocurrency Theory, where we are looking at some things that are a bit funny today. Um, I don't know where we start, guys. I read a lot of funny articles today on cryptocurrency theory, and I guess some days we look at Google and we type in the word crypto, and we get some funny shit popping up, and that's kind of what is going on. So if you're not subscribed, guys, check us out here on the channel. We are giving you updates on things that matter in crypto. So if you care about the things that matter, you might want to check our channel out. If you think other stuff matters, like dog meme coins, then maybe this isn't the channel for you. But um, a lot of funny shit today, guys. I don't know where to fucking start. So I don't know where I read that article on Mark Cuban. I read an article earlier, right before I got on here. And it was so funny. It was talking about Mark Cuban. Oh man, he was talking about how the Bitcoin miners aren't going to get paid as much money. It's going to be harder for Bitcoin miners to get paid. I'm just like, it's just the most obvious stuff, guys. It's like the most obvious stuff. But sometimes the most obvious stuff is the most funny stuff. Obviously, that's one thing that we can laugh about today. Also, something worth maybe getting a chuckle on is the fact that the transaction costs on BTC, guys, are absolutely is just retarded at this point. So, hopefully we'll get some type of I would just like Bitcoin BTC, guys, to just increase the block size at this point. Like, we can still have Bitcoin Cash. I'll still be pro Bitcoin Cash, but this is ridiculous, guys. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. $25 to make a Bitcoin transaction. There was somebody the other day left a comment, and they were talking about they were criticizing me for being poor, obviously. It's kind of funny because I feel like these people that are commenting like this, guys, I feel like they actually have less crypto than me. That's the funny part. But they were talking about how they just moved $300,000 worth of Bitcoin BTC for $15. And like, that kind of statement just doesn't make sense because yeah, sure, I can move Satoshi can move all his Bitcoin for $25 right now. I'm just giving you a hypothetical. So, I didn't even respond to the comment because it was kind of just so juvenile. I was like, oh, well, these people obviously don't understand what's going on here. Whether or not they own BTC Bitcoin or how, I don't care if they have 300 Bitcoins or 3,000 Bitcoins, but for people that are actually using crypto like me on a monthly basis, I don't really use stuff on a weekly basis, guys, but I only probably have about 3 transactions total the entire week for me. 1 or 2's at the grocery store, and maybe 1 or 2 grabbing a bite to eat. That's about the meat and butter of my transactions per week, guys. So, even if you're just doing like 4 transactions a week, you're spending $100 now to transact with BTC. So from a merchant standpoint, I don't see how this makes sense. Like, I don't see like people that have BTC. There's a ton of places to spend BTC, guys, but you're either onboarding to Lightning Network and you're hoping they accept Lightning Network payments, and then you're paying a fee there, and or you're just paying a ridiculous BTC fee. You might say, well, I don't spend my Bitcoin. I hold it and cash back out for dollars. Like, that's fine. You're still paying 2 fees to do that. You're still paying $50 to do that. So, and it's just funny, guys, because I feel like some of the coins, it's like if you go in or out of Bitcoin, you're paying roughly $50 in fees. And that's on the low end. I would expect that the fees are actually much higher on exchanges. But you can get a lot of coins for $50. I mean, I could get 50 Tezos coins. I could get Ethereum Classic, and I could get 2 Ethereum Classic. I could do for $50, you can do a lot. I mean, $50, it's not a lot of money, but why would I want to spend $50 to transact in BTC? And a lot of people in those same comments will say, well, you don't spend Bitcoin. It's a investment to hold. Well, okay. Like, all right, I'm glad that's what you're doing with your Bitcoin. I'd actually prefer to spend it, especially if it's up higher and I can get away with spending it at a discounted rate. Makes sense, right? But funny stuff happened today between that and Mark Cuban. Let's go back over here to the news. Let's go back over here to the news. I didn't show you the transaction rate, but there it is. Obviously, it was up in January a bit, but that doesn't make a lot of sense right now, I guess, for BTC people to like I would just love for somebody in the BTC community to say, yeah, fees are high. That's pretty fucking stupid. I have a lot of Bitcoin, but I also have a lot of other coins too. I also have a lot of Bitcoin Cash. I also have a lot of Bitcoin SV. But it's like you don't see that. You just see them pushing it under the rug, like, oh well, they just can't answer the question on why the fucking fees are so high. I mean, $25, guys. I'm sorry, I'd be annoyed if I lost $25 on every transaction. I mean, I do a lot of transactions. I would be losing, I'd be losing like almost $200 a month right there. So, absolutely comical. What else did I see? I saw on Tether. So, I was telling you guys a couple months ago, like, if I were to go into a stablecoin, I've never used a stablecoin, guys. So please don't get all excited here. I've never once bought a stablecoin, but I like the idea of them, guys. I actually do. I think maybe in the future I actually might use them because it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense to have some stable, and plus, guys, Tether is taken pretty much like if you find a place that accepts Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin or Dash, they typically take Tether as well. A lot of them, at least a lot of the ones that I've seen. So it seems like it would make a little bit of sense to obviously I'm not saying like, oh, I'm going in all in on Tether, guys. I'm just calm down a second. I have a point to this. And I'm also going to show you the negative sides of this, negative sides of Tether. But this argument could be applied to BTC or Bitcoin Cash or any other coins. So it does have merit, guys. It is a good point. Tether vows to freeze assets after Venezuela looks to bypass crypto or use crypto to bypass oil sanctions, guys. So this article basically is just talking about how Tether can basically, you guys got to remember, the issuer of Tether is a company, okay? So it's not like a digital network like Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin or Litecoin or any of these. It's basically a company that is issuing Tether tokens, okay? And apparently they have reserves in banks all over the world. I don't know how accurate that is, but I do know that Tether is the most, in my opinion, the most trusted stablecoin because it's not just it's not like USD coin, where they just came about and they are having like cash reserves in the bank. Like maybe the reserves are there, maybe they're not, but I would say the peg is there. The peg on the dollar has been there for a long period of time. And if we look at Tether from like outside perspectives, we were talking about it 2 weeks ago with the Tether Gold XAU token. They've been able to spot price that price on gold now for a while, for over a couple years now. So I trust Tether, guys. I think it's safe. I think it's safe to use if you guys are considering using a stable coin because I think it is the most untouchable stable coin in terms of like out of the ones we currently have. I mean, it's been around for quite a while. Not to say it might one day it could vanish or implode, but a lot of people have made that argument and it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened to this date. So right now it's just we got a handful of stable coins, and I would say Tether is probably the best one. But nonetheless, it's still a stable coin, and it's controlled by a central authority. I forget the name, Tether Limited or something. It's a Hong Kong company. And fun fact here, if you guys ever watched the Disney, I don't know if it was a Disney movie as a kid, but um, what was it called? Richie Rich or Blank Check? I think it was Richie Rich. Whatever his name is, that kid actor, he actually is like the richest actor. I don't know, maybe behind Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know. There's a couple billionaire actors, I think one or two, but he's a billionaire, guys, and he was in that movie. He played the star leading role, that child's. I think it was a Disney movie. It was Richie Rich actually. So he was one of the founders of Tether Limited, and it's a Hong Kong company, I believe. And there were other founders and stuff too, guys. And I would say out of all the stable coins we have, it would be the one that I would use. And typically the fees on it are typically a bit lower. It seems like, at least from Exodus Wallet. I don't know how you guys, from experience, what you've seen on other wallets, but nonetheless, I guess I'm veering off topic here. So Tether vows to freeze assets after Venezuela looks to crypto to bypass oil sanctions. So, and I'm not even going to read this article, guys. I just want to point out the very important fact that, like, if Tether wanted to freeze a wallet address or freeze funds, they technically could. They technically could. So, that is the bad part about stablecoins is like, I'm not going to go into my personal thoughts on whether or not, them trying to bypass this using Tether is a good idea. Okay. I'm not even going to we're not even going to talk about that. What we're just trying to point out is like, yes, you can have your crypto funds frozen, but here's the thing, guys. If you have a wallet address for Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or some of these other coins, the unfortunate reality of it is if like agencies want to freeze those funds, they're not going to freeze them as in like take them from you, but they will make it where you can't use them at all. So it's not really, we hear this decentralized thing and, all this stuff, it's decentralized. And that part is true. Just bear in mind that like, people that are trying to go back into dollars, if the government agencies want to freeze your accounts, they can. And or in this case, Tether Limited, the company behind Tether, can freeze those funds, guys. Do you understand? So, not to worry or anything like that. There's ways around this if you wanted to do it. I'm just pointing out that like, um, it's kind of a gray area where people make the argument of like, is it truly decentralized? Like, yes, it is, but and then ... You would fill in the blank with what we just said. So. Just kind of a little fun little fact. Let's pop in the chat, see who's here. Give you a price updates. I saw Hedera up, and we got Bonk creeping up 16%. Looks like Pepe has joined the memes, and like I said, guys, dog meme coins, and also Caspa up a bit. So let's pop in the chat, see if anybody's arrived. If you guys like the channel, let me know. If you guys don't like the channel, that's why there's a thumbs down. You guys can give us an honest opinion on what you think of the show. So we got some people in the chat here. So, Alan, what's good? You got the alert. Cool. Yeah, I think I figured it out. And I'm going to start checking my upload speeds. We're not on Bitcoin Supreme today. Oops. I figured it out. And what it is I just got to check the upload speeds before I come on here. That's the main thing. Yeah, let's take a peek at Litecoin. Let's take a peek at Monero as well. Alan's not feeling bullish. I don't know the exact business model of Tether crackpipe, but I would guess that, Tether is minted on a couple different blockchains. It's minted on Bitcoin Cash. Actually, FYI, guys, if you didn't know, OMG. I think it's minted on Ethereum as well. So it's minted on a variety of different blockchains. And I guess the idea behind Tether is like when you want to go into the stablecoin Tether, it mints a coin based on the trade. Now, again, there's stuff built out on the back end, guys, in a derivative type way that probably gives Tether or gives exchanges some type of leveraged benefit to utilizing Tether in a sense. Like everybody's always quick to be like, oh, you know, if Tether would just fucking implode, the prices of crypto would go up. But I don't know that for sure. And I'm saying from my perspective of somebody that doesn't know for sure, I would say that it could likely cause the prices to explode or, you know, contract, you know, it could, or implode, right? Explode or implode. So I don't really think we know at this point. All we know is that Tether has been tested time and true as the best US dollar peg comparatively to any other stable coin. I mean, look what we saw when we saw Silvergate or, you know, whatever those 3 or 4 banks fail, Regions Bank, whatever. Last year we saw banks fail and USD coin depegged like by like 20 cents. I think it went down to like, I saw it in the 70 cents for a brief second. I want to say I saw it at like 78 cents, which is absolutely fucked if you're in a stable coin, right? You just lost the whole idea of it. You've just lost fucking 22% of your investment in a snap of a finger. That's almost like a rug pull, but that's never happened with Tether. That's not to say it never could happen. It's just never happened at this point. And that's all we can go on is what we've seen at this point. So I would say, guys, if you're looking into going to a stable coin, for whatever reason, and I've never owned one, guys, I'm just giving you the hypothetical, I would buy Tether given the stable coins that are out there. So yeah, Alan got the alert too. So I think Alan, Mr. Fool, I think what it is the upload speed. So I'm going to start testing my upload speeds as I come online. That way I know I got a good upload connection, and we know the stream's basically rolling pretty good. That's kind of going to be my thing from now on. And I actually did have to go fix it prior to coming on because the upload speeds were down as well. So let's take a peek at prices, guys. Let's take a peek at crypto prices. Like I said, Hedera is up 40%. You know, we're going off market cap. So this is a $4 billion market cap, doing pretty well. And like I said, Bonk, some of these dog meme coins are on going up. Caspa up a bit. You know, just some coins, not really a ton. I'm going to throw this out there, guys. And we talked about it a few weeks ago on the channel. Tron. You know, I don't know if anybody in the chat, I never hear people mention it, but I like Tron, guys. I do. You know, a lot of people talk crap about Justin Sun, and you know, that's not my thing. You know, my thing is not to talk crap about somebody who's tried to put as much effort as he has forward and trying to expand the space out. So, but from a price perspective, guys, right? Regardless of how I feel, right, on Justin Sun, none of that really matters. But the price of Tron has surprised me, okay? And I mean surprised me because I feel like Tron is actually up more than most coins that I would have thought would have exceeded where Tron is currently at in terms of being up. Meaning, like, I'm glad Tron's up. Like, I think it's badass, but I would have put Tron, you know, in line with some of these other coins. Like, I mean, I hate to say it like this, guys. I would have thought Tron would be, you know, in the category of coins that might just be up, like in terms of like, what's a coin we get out there that I hold? BSV, Neo. But it's not. It's actually like already damn near close to 2021 highs and well above the last support zone that we had back in 2019, 20, 18, obviously, after it spiked up, which, you know, not saying anything. I'm not going to read too much into it. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't have thought, and the thing also, guys, is Tron isn't being really mentioned that much, but it's actually, like, it seems to have a similar movement in the more recent years as like a Binance coin or you know, a coin, or you know, like a Bitcoin Cash even, right? Like a recovery that's solid, but also kind of up there in retrospect to the rest of the altcoin market. Like if I looked at all my coins, I would say other than like Bitcoin Cash, like if I theoretically held Tron, Tron would be like my second best holding. So I'm just trying to paint you guys a picture that Tron might be a coin that you know, might be like a moonshot coin, you know, and a lot of people might say, oh, fuck Tron, or, I've heard just a lot of negative stuff on it, but I also remember a lot of people held Tron, but it has turned into a token that really isn't talked about hardly ever, yet it's creeped up, and again, I'm not telling you guys I'm going to go out and buy it or I own it or anything like that, because I don't. But I would say that, like, it's surprised me up till this point, and I would not be surprised if it continued to surprise me ongoingly in terms of price. Like, could Tron head to $1? Absolutely. That's kind of where I'm going with that. Harry, what's good? Yeah, like, let's look at Digibyte as well. What's up? What's up, Busy Mountain? Elisa, what's good? That's badass. Alyssa, what's good? Alyssa's in the chat. So I bought a decent bag of Zcash with all the money I had in number one, but I want to sell it. I appreciate your Litecoin. Wish I could get more of these projects. Please send me some whales. Yeah, it's more for spec, I guess. Tron is more of a speculative coin, but it has done good on price. I don't think anybody can deny the truth that it's done great on price. So, like, that's all I'm saying. Let's just keep an eye out on the price. Let's be happy that people like Justin Sun paid, like, I don't know, 200 million or something to have lunch with Warren Buffett, and Warren Buffett finally went through with the luncheon, which that was just one of the funniest things in crypto I think I can recount. So let's just watch Tron on the price is all I'm saying. And for Harry, I know you're wanting to, like, get into Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, but, like, I wouldn't go dump my Zcash for Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin. And, like, if I went into Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash right now, I would do it with new money. Obviously, I don't have new money. I'm just saying theoretically. I'm not a fan of people like trading coins for other coins. I made that mistake, guys, with Bitcoin Cash already, and lost it out on a lot. So, like, on the Dash purchases that I made, like, I don't know, last year before it went down 35%. So, I'd be up 300%. Instead, I'm down 30%, 35% in that last year on coins like Dash, just because, I wanted to go into Dash. Like, I should have wanted to go into Dash, but, I should have done it from a new money perspective. I just don't think swapping coins and trading coins, if you want to and you're super bullish on it, go for it. I'm just saying that from experience, I'd recommend, like, finding ways to buy new coins, and that's what we kind of we were talking about yesterday. So all right, let's look at prices on CoinMarketCap here and see what's going on with stuff like volume. Looks like Tether is once again at the top. Been impressed with Pepe, guys. I know it sounds like, I'm buying into the meme hype. I'm not going to buy it. I'm just saying I've been impressed with the volume on it. Have you guys noticed that there's been just a crazy amount of volume on Pepe, which is just, it's like the one meme that's like, I feel like it's almost like a SHIB or a Dogecoin now. Guys, the market cap's 3 billion. So it's nothing to be fooled with in terms of how big of a coin it really is. And I'm not going to go out and buy it. It could probably go in my face and go up to 30 billion and I wouldn't buy it because it's not worth trading for. Like, if I were to get more money, make money to go into crypto, obviously, that's what I'm saying. I would be looking at maybe stuff like Pepe or, some of these coins. And I probably will at some point. I'll obviously, these coins will all boom and bust. We're up over 10 billion on Bitcoin Cash, guys. If you guys are in the chat here. Litecoin only up to 6 billion. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to throw this out there. I have been, my thing with Litecoin, guys, is I'm very surprised. I would have thought Litecoin would be, up there in terms of market cap, at least over 10 billion, at least over $100 per token, I don't know what you guys think about that, but I'm going to be honest. I had to say that. I had to get that off my chest. I hope Litecoin goes up more, guys. I mean, I think it's, this game it's playing with under 100 is just, I'm very surprised Litecoin hasn't gone up. I would have put Litecoin well over $100 by now, but Obviously, that's not where it's at, you know? It's obviously that's not where it's at, but it could be. Could be. Cool Cat Coding, what's good? So, I mean, like, I'm not saying Litecoin, like, Litecoin is not up, guys. You know, for the Litecoin holders in the chat, I am bullish on Litecoin, but I'm very surprised. I would have put it around 200 bucks by now. That's all I'm saying. Like, I hope you guys are with me. I'd like to see Litecoin go up in price, even though I don't hold a lot of it. You know, the community in Litecoin's badass, and other coins are doing phenomenally better. Like Neo, you know, it's a coin we don't talk about enough on the channel. Let's take a peek at Neo, and I think we were going to look at some other coins, but we kind of forgot what we were talking about. Hypothetically, if I could only own Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash for the rest of my life, which would I choose? I would choose Bitcoin Cash if I had to. Now, that's not a reality. And I'll tell you why I would only own Bitcoin Cash over Litecoin is not because I like one better than the other. I just feel like Bitcoin Cash is doing more in terms of like upgrades, in terms of like involvement. I feel like Litecoin is just it's a good hold, but also I feel like it's a good tool, you know, like it's a good tool for exchanges that don't, but most of the exchanges, guys, they offer Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. Some exchanges do offer Litecoin trading pairs. I think HitBTC is one of those. And, you know, Litecoin works great if you're trying to get out, you know, of a trade or get out of a, you know, an exchange or whatnot. It always works good. And that's when we start seeing Litecoin being used a lot. Because I don't know in terms of exchange listings, I don't know if Litecoin has more exchange listings than Bitcoin Cash. I would probably say it does, but that's just a guess. That's just based on, you know, the timeline of Litecoin being older, depending on how you look at it, but just being older and being more exchanges and that kind of thing. But I could be wrong on that. Bitcoin Cash might have just as many listings or you know, more. But that's kind of my thing. Harry's saying a lot of people own Zcash. So the thing with Zcash, guys, is I do hold Zcash. You guys know I like Zcash. You guys know I talk about it a lot. But I think the people that are really going to benefit on Zcash are the people that bought it while it was low. You know, bought it while it was low. And a lot of people took advantage of that. I think they were looking at Litecoin, or I'm sorry, Zcash, you know, just buying it as it went down. There were people in the chat, not just you, Harry. There were people in the chat talking about it. You know, if you guys got in at Zcash at like, I think it's at like 20 or 30 bucks now at this point, I've stopped looking at it, you know, ongoingly. But I'd say like you got in at a good time because I don't see Zcash like just going into the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it's down, yeah, it's down a little bit for the year. You know, it's down from 35 bucks. But, you know, like, I just don't see it. I don't see it going anywhere. Like, I don't see it going down anymore. You know what I mean? Like, whether or not it'll go back up to 700, that would be badass. But to be fair, guys, I bought a lot of my Zcash at like, I think I told you guys 320, but every time I look at the graph, it wasn't that high. I bought it at like, you know, 100 bucks. Like, yeah, it was like 100 bucks, 90 bucks. So you guys are still getting a great discount, you know, if you're comparing it to where I bought it. And that's what I say. A lot of times it just depends on, you know, some people get in at lucky times. I know people that got in at Bitcoin Cash at $1 or $100. You know, I got in on Dash at a good price, I feel like. Even though I traded my Bitcoin Cash, I do think it's going to outperform maybe where, you know, I got in terms of my trade for it. I think I got in like, I don't know, we were talking about it. I did some purchases down here. Also did some purchases, I think down here. Yeah, down here. And, you know, I'm feeling good about those. Obviously, they're not up a lot. They're, you know, I'd love for my entire wallet to be up as much as Bitcoin Cash, guys, but that's not what's going on at the current moment. You know, it's doing well. A lot of my coins are doing well, like Neo. But some of them haven't, you know, Dash, Zcash. I'm not pessimistic on it. The reality is I should have been buying I should be buying more of these coins right now because this might be a bottom level for a lot of these coins, right? And that's kind of what we're trying to express to everybody, is that this level down here might be, bottoms, right? Guys, drop it in the chat. Let me know. Drop it in the chat. We'll wrap up with the comments here. See what you guys are saying about everything that we're talking about on the channel. And also glad, guys, that I was able to fix the channel for you guys. Trying to make the stream a bit better for you. Just pop in the chat, see what you guys are saying. We'll wrap it up for today. Not too much going on. Yeah, I'm in SoCal, man. I'm down near Temecula. So I don't know if you know where that's at, but we definitely can do meetups, guys. And you guys can attempt to rob me in person rather than trying to send me emails like you guys do on my email address. But yeah, I mean, the thing, guys, is we're just gonna watch the prices. Obviously, price is not, like Alan said, he's not super excited, and I feel the prices kind of are up, but it's not that exciting, euphoric feeling. But we might look back at these days, guys, and be like, fuck, man, we should have been buying these coins like Dash or Zcash in these low periods of downtime, rather than just twiddling our fucking thumbs, right? Talking about them. And we're pushing it back in that direction, guys. I told you last, I think Saturday or Sunday, we got some stuff going on in terms of money coming back in. So feeling good about that. Feeling good about getting ahead of maybe getting ahead of the next wave coming into crypto, which might be on some of these alternative coins we're talking about on the channel. Obviously, some are doing better. Like I said, Dash is not my best performing coin. It's actually not doing that great, but Bitcoin Cash is doing great, and that's the most coin that I spend, and that's the most coin that I trade. So I'm not really too surprised it's doing that good, right? And I'll be buying Bitcoin Cash, guys, at $10,000. Hopefully I'll be making a lot more money, when those prices jump up super high. But if it goes to 10 grand, 20 grand, great. If it goes back down to low numbers again, even better, because I'll be able to buy more. But I am taking a look at some of these other coins because, guys, I already know that I'm going to be buying Bitcoin Cash later on, long term, because I think it's going to be not only used a lot of places and people are going to be paying me with it, but also because I'm going to be dumping those grayscale stocks, and then I'm going to be DC, dollar cost averaging at whatever the highs or lows are for the course of maybe a year, maybe even a year and a half. Maybe take that money and just buy ongoing purchases every single month, or not month, every single 3-4 days or every single week, and try to recapture into Bitcoin Cash after the altcoins explode up. So that's kind of my thing. I don't even plan to sell my coins like Dash or Zcash, even though they're down a lot. If they go back up, I'll just hold them. I don't have any sense of urgency to sell it at this point. I finally have gotten a little bit more caught up on everything that I needed to do. So I don't really have a need to really sell them right now. The only thing I'm going to sell is my grayscale stocks at some point. And then I'm going to use that money to dollar cost average into native crypto and or back into, the very bottoms of grayscale, right? I'll get more aggressive with the grayscale purchases as I dip down in native crypto, right? It's kind of the strategy behind that. Farther I go down, the more I aggressively buy into grayscale with those holdings. And then I have my native crypto, just untouched. And then I increase that position from grayscale into native crypto. And my goal is at some point is to just have my grayscale almost working as a dollar cost average mechanism to go back in ongoingly, increase my native crypto over time. And I think that's a good way to play that, right? I'll take like all my grayscale profits. I'll take all those profits. I'll roll those, not even roll them over, because I'll be dollar cost averaging over the period of like a year and a half. Every week, every couple days, purchase, regardless of the price. It doesn't matter if it's at, Bitcoin Cash goes up to 20K and then back down to 4,000 and I sold, the grayscale equivalent's much lower than that. I'll still just dollar cost average over the course of time. That will increase my Bitcoin Cash position back up to where it was. And then I'll take the original investment, which is, I don't know how much my original investment is. I'll have to look at all this stuff when I sell the grayscale stuff, but take that original investment and then wait for the prices to dip back down into crypto after after the bubble inflates and then pops, and then go back into grayscale at a very low price. If I can get in, obviously, you might not. The market reverse up and price you out, and then all of a sudden it was just better to hold all your stuff. But I'm not going to play that. I'm going to dissolve the grayscale stuff at a profit, obviously. I'm already in the green big time, but not as big as it's going to be. No, I'm not really in the big time, just, a couple 100% up. So then, like I said, go back into the native and go back into the grayscale too. So that's kind of my plan. What's up, Fanta? What's good? Yeah, it's Shaggy. I guess that's my nickname for you. I've gotten that I've gotten that nickname quite a few times, guys. I've gotten that nickname very, very, very frequently, places that I've worked and stuff like that. So you can call me Shaggy. The thing with grayscale, the advantages of it is, here's the advantages of grayscale, guys. The gains are magnified, but here's the disadvantages. The losses are magnified as well. So you really got to be careful when you're going into grayscale, because I made the mistake of going in too high, and I had to hold these way too long. I was never intending to hold grayscale for fucking... Guys, I've been holding grayscale for fucking 4 years. So... and I just got back into the green on them over the last few months. So not making that mistake again. I don't care if I, lose out on the very top capitulation candlestick point. I'd rather sell them and DCA into native crypto and use my original investment to go back into grayscale at a potential bottom that I'll DCA in after my native crypto builds. It's kind of my thing. All right, guys, I think that'll wrap it up. Appreciate you. Appreciate your comments. Thanks, Fana. Appreciate you. Busy Mountain, Harry, Crack Pipe, Alan, my guy Alan, and Mr. Fool. We'll catch you later. We got some other people, Alyssa and Harry. Wonton, what's good? So, yeah, I think you're good on that Zcash accumulation. I think that's a smart move. So, appreciate you guys coming down to the chat. We'll be on here tomorrow. Like I said, the chats might be coming on a bit out of the morning time. It just kind of depends on what I got going on, guys. So that's kind of the thing here. We'll probably kind of do these chats kind of just at random into the summertime, and that'll probably play pretty good into this altcoin rally I anticipate we're going to have. So we'll catch you guys soon. Take care.